Assalamu alaikum. I'm Irfan Hussain, and I'm here with a new lecture of our course of the history of English literature. And as we have been discussing medieval period, so this is the second part of our series. That medieval period that was started from 1066 and that lasted till 1350 or almost, it is also known as Anglo-Norman period. Lot of important events took place in this period, and before going to literature, I will like to tell you about these few things. Example, feudal society established there at that time. That was a society of kings, nobles, lords, knights, and peasants. And throughout your study of literature, you will have a lot of references to that feudal society, and that had a strong influence on the literature of the time as well, rather on the literature of the coming time as well. Another very important event of that time was the Crusades. These were started in 1096 and lasted till 1204. These were the crusades that were fought between the Christians and the Muslims on the issue of Baitul Maqdis, Jerusalem, and it has its strong history and influence on the time and tradition. Then a big historical moment came during that period. That was on the 15th June and 1215. That was Magna Carta, that was signed by King John, and it was the first step, rather it is supposed to be the first step towards democratic constitution of England. Then peasant revolt that took place in England in 1381. That was a big revolt from the peasant, and it once upheld all the kingships and the government machinery. It has very important influence on the literature of the time and after the time. Then a big 100 Years' War that was fought between England and France, and it produced big people like Joan of Arc, who was from who was from France and who was martyred in that war, and many other subsequent events that took place during and after 100-Year War. And the great book, the Doomsday Book, was also completed during that. Then we come to our language, that's Middle English. We know that 100-Year War influenced English people, that inflamed patriotism in their hearts, and they tried to develop their own language, and they finally succeeded. We know that because it was the domination of France, and these people had great touch with Greek, Latin, and Italian, so there were thousands of words and expressions that were borrowed from Italian, Greek, Latin, and French language, and it amalgamated with Anglo-Saxon language, and it developed a new variety of English language that is known to be Middle English. The big personalities of the time was one of them was John Wycliffe, and he was an Oxford scholar. He was the first to translate Bible from Latin to Middle English, though not accurate, according to some critics that it was not an accurate translation, but he was a pioneer in the field of translating the Bible. The next big name is William Langland. As I told you, that C is circa, that is roundabout, because we don't know the exact year of his birth and death, so that is why it is written 1332 and 1400, and sometimes it's also written 1323 as his birth year. His masterpiece is Vision of Piers the Plowman, written in the form of a trim allegory and in the Middle English. What is an allegory? Let me clear it at the moment, that an allegory is a story of description in which the characters and events symbolize some deeper underlying meaning and serve to spread moral teaching. It has double meaning. that is one primary meaning or surface meaning, and a secondary meaning or underlying meaning. In an allegory, abstract qualities of ideas such as patience, purity, or truth are personified as characters in the story. So, as the picture tells, that allegory, not everything is what it appears to be. That defines allegory well. So, about that poem, the Vian of Piers Plowman, the poem is a mix of theological allegory and social satire. Concern the narrator, dreamer's quest for the true Christian life in the context of medieval Catholicism. This journey takes place within a series of dream visions. The dreamer seeks, among other things, the allegorical character Towel means too well, Tobet too better, and Jobes too best. The poem is divided into passos, that is a Greek word that means steps. That dream allegory was actually one of the most famous genre of literature at that time, because there were events that were presented in the poetry that were unreal. So to justify these kind of event, they used to use dream, and it was supposed that the narrator or the poet was dreaming something, and that dream was then converted into poetry. This is for today, and our next video will be about Chaucer. In my previous video, I told you that this one should be about Chaucer, but there came few things between Chaucer and other things, and then because Chaucer needs a dedicated lecture or video on him, so next will be about Chaucer. For till now, thank you very much. God bless you.